this conversation with director Alex Wu. It does seem like from the response that you all enjoyed the film very much, as I did. Very touching. How did you have the idea to make this film?
It all started back in 2016. So I used to work at Pixar. I was a story artist there for like 10 years. And then I got the itch to leave and start my own thing. And I convinced two of my friends to leave and do it with me. It was like a crazy idea, which is why we named the company Cuckoo Studios, because crazy studio. Yeah, we spent that first year just sort of dreaming up ideas for shows and movies that we wanted to see that we felt like nobody else was making. And one of the ideas that we stumbled upon was a movie about the world of dreams. And when we came across that idea, we just couldn't believe that nobody had done an animated movie about the dream world, at least in Western animation. Because it's this big universal experience. It's a big world that you can explore, that really can only be explored in animation, because in dreams, like, anything can happen. You can do anything in animation. So we got really excited about that. But once we started developing the idea, we realized, oh, this is why nobody's done it. Because it's really hard to give a dream movie stakes. Because anything can happen. When anything can happen, nothing really means anything. And so we had to figure out how to give this movie stakes and give it emotion. And for some reason, I thought of this thing that happened to me when I was a kid, and to me and my family. When I was like about 6 years old, I woke up one morning and my mom, she had her bags packed, and she was like at the front door of our house, and she had to gently explain to me and my brother that she was leaving for a little while. And she told us that she had to figure things out for herself and for our family. My parents got married very young, and I think parenthood was sort of thrust upon her. And so she just needed to figure things out for herself. And obviously as a kid, you don't really understand that. And I didn't really know what was going to happen. All I knew was everything in my life was going to change. And that was really difficult for me and my brother. And so this movie is very much sort of like me processing my sort of childhood trauma, I guess, because I'm too cheap to pay for therapy.
Aren't we all?
Yeah. And so, yeah, it was sort of the combination of this sort of really personal story of what happened to me and my family, and then combining it with this big, fantastical world of dreams that gave birth to this film. No, I mean, we did a lot of research on this film, and we tried to find, a lot of actually common dreams that happen to a lot of people, and sort of the Jungian archetypes of those characters and of those dreams, and put them into the film. So you have the classic, like the flying dreams, you have the teeth falling out dreams, you have the falling dreams. So a lot of those things were sort of inspired by the research that we did. But a lot of the dreams were also just really random and really specific. And unique to me and to our crew. So when we started the film, we gave everybody on our story team a dream journal, and we asked them to write down all the dreams that they were willing to share, because you're not always, you don't always want to share all the dreams that you have. And a lot of those actually inspired the dreamscapes that we ended up putting in this film.
This is your first film, which is quite amazing. Can't help but mention that next week is when nominations begin, and so we're rooting for you. What was it like shooting I know you've obviously been working in animation for a while, but this is one where you were really at the helm. What did you learn along the way?
I mean, it was such a wonderful experience. I mean, it felt like everything that I'd done in my entire life. I mean, even just my own family life. I mean, the things that I learned the most is really that you just got to be honest, I think, with your work. That's really what makes people pay attention, and I think that's what makes art valuable, is the honesty and like the truth that you're telling in your work. And so, a lot of times you can get really nervous about being that vulnerable, because you're putting yourself out there for the world to see and judge, essentially. But that's actually what makes people pay attention, and that's what makes them connect with your work. And so that was probably the biggest lesson that I learned on this film.